People who fly on paragliders cannot imagine their life without the sky. This hobby is unusual and at first glance not so dangerous, unlike many other sport activities. This story of one paragliding girl spread all over the world and shocked everyone who heard it. The girl on the paraglider got into the very epicenter of a severe storm, strong hail and lightning. She was only one step away from death, but fate turned so that the girl survived the terrible incident. Actually, she remembered almost nothing about this terrible event. Eva Vishnurskaya loved paragliders since childhood. As an adult, she became a famous athlete. Victories in various competitions almost always went to her. The girl was born in Poland but played in the German national team. The whole world knows Eva as a successful athlete, but not only this. Recently, the girl had been called lucky, and they say that she was born under a lucky star. What happened in 2007 when the young woman was 35 years old could have completely changed her fate and could have even become a fatal event in her life. On that day, 200 paragliders gathered to conduct a usual flight training exercise. Later, Eva was going to take part in a large-scale paragliding championship. It was February. The instructors reminded each athlete that flying during this time of year can be dangerous and they should stay away from storm clouds. The training went on as usual, everything was in order, and no one expected that something incredible would happen soon. Rising into the air, Eva went into a cloud, and it almost cost her her life. The glider lost control and went to an enormous height of almost 32,800 feet, the height of Mount Everest. It was almost unrealistic to survive. A storm was raging around her. There was 40-degree frost. The woman did not have enough oxygen. Due to the rapid takeoff and lack of air at such a great height, the woman fainted. She was unconscious for an hour. Only passenger planes can rise to such a height. People in the cabin are warm and comfortable. They will not feel the weather in any way. When Eva opened her eyes, she wanted to fly away from the storm clouds, but she failed. Suddenly, together with the paraglider, she began to be pulled into a thundercloud with great speed. The exhausted woman fainted again. Coming to her senses, the exhausted Eva looked at the instruments. It turned out that she had already dropped a little. She couldn't control the brakes. Her frozen body refused to obey. Her hands could not move, and her gloves were completely iced over. The woman could not control the aircraft at all, and it rushed at great speed to no one knew where. Eva recalls that the storm cloud that dragged her in was incredibly powerful. Words are not enough to explain this wild, natural power. It seemed to me that I was a helpless autumn leaf in a frenzied stream of wind. The girl, like a feather, was shaken and flung from side to side. Suddenly, everything around her seemed to be plunged into impenetrable darkness, and Eva once again lost consciousness. Something unimaginable was happening. Horrible thunder rumbled, lightning flares flashed, hail the size of peas pelted her. The hailstones whipped painfully over the body of the paraglider, and she was covered in bruises and remained helpless against the rampant force of nature. Eva only sincerely dreamed that the wind would pull her paraglider out of the epicenter of the storm and carry her somewhere far away to a calm place. And then a miracle happened. The paraglider got away from the thundercloud and started descending slowly. Finally, the athlete fell to the ground next to Niagara. She was carried almost 38 miles from the training area. The strangest thing is that the paraglider did not break down and flew regularly even after the terrible strikes in the center of the storm. The athlete's body was completely frozen. She recalled that her frostbitten ears seemed to have fallen off. Frostbite is very dangerous, and only the fact that Eva lost consciousness saved her. At that time, the activity of her heart and her whole body slowed down, and thanks to this, the famous athlete managed to survive in this emergency. Are you impressed by this story? Like and share it with your loved ones. That is all. Until next time.